So, the Genshin Impact 4.0 update has been out for quite some time already, and I thought it would be cool to review existing tier lists for the new update, since things should shift around here and there. Let's start with the first tier list we're going to review. I'll give my opinion and try to breeze through these as fast as possible. I won't get to every single character, but it's already established who are the top tier S rank characters. You know, it's pretty much the same throughout multiple tier lists, but there are some disagreements I do have, but let's just get started. First off, how's it going everyone? This is Kay, and let's review these tier lists starting with Genshin GG. So off the bat, I think we all can agree the top killers of the tier list, right? No one can disagree with Bennett, you know, Alhaitham, Hu Tao, Kazuha, all these characters. I won't waste too much time on it, especially a C2 Raiden Shogun. Even if she's C0, I think she still deserves to be one of the top tier characters, right? The S rank. But I'm happy to see Nilou get some love, especially at C0. Her team is one of the most free-to-play friendly, and it's powerful. Yes, it benefits more with if you have, let's say, Nahida or top tier 5-star characters, but for free-to-play, you still have a solid team, so I'm glad she's getting some love. I was a naysayer because of her restrictive team, but I'm happy she's getting the love that she deserves. Now, I sort of agree with Ayaka being just a bit lower than Alhaitham and Hu Tao. Now, if there were, let's say, a A+, I would put her there, right? But the reason being is because her main team, she excels at freeze teams, right? Not saying it's bad or anything, but to compare it to a Hyper Bloom team, well, I guess this is a debate on what's the better reaction. To me, I feel like Hyper Bloom, Alhaitham is a lot better, right? And Reverse Fate with Hu Tao is better. Now, Hu Tao is a bit more technical to use if she's at C0, but even at C0, I do agree. I have her at that level, right? I don't have her at C1, which sucks, but I still think she's very, very powerful. These two are a bit more powerful than Ayaka. Yes, her burst hits hard, so I do agree with this. Now, other tier lists that you'll see, many of them will rank Ayaka at the same level as Alhaitham and Hu Tao. Feel free to agree. I could see why. Again, it's a matter of debate on reactions. I just feel like Alhaitham and Hu Tao is just a little bit better. A little bit better than Ayaka. Not saying she's bad, okay? It's just because I say I shouldn't curse. S tier rank character is a bit better than, like, you know, an A rank character. Doesn't mean that A rank character is bad, right? Or some cases it'll be S and SS, whatever the case may be. Now, for Albedo, if you do not have his sword, he deserves to go down a rank, because his sword is what gives you that extra 10k damage or so. Great solid sub DPS. I don't agree. Now, this is where I kind of disagree. If you're going to put Albedo the same level as Ayaka and Child, especially like Child International, I disagree with that, right? Yes, but they do, well, he is a sub DPS. If you were to separate the roles, okay, I can see him as a very solid sub DPS, you know, hitting 20 to 30k every 2 seconds. Main problem is that freaking elevator gets destroyed so easily, or when enemies move out of the AoE. And yes, you know, you can always reapply it very quickly, but if you're in the middle of a rotation, you know, you have to stop it just to reapply it, or you just have to wait till your rotation is over. I ran into sometimes that problem becomes prominent, so that's like, god damn it. I would, if there was like a A-, I would put him there, you know, but to put him at the same level as Ayaka and Child, you know, it's like, I disagree. Lately, I've seen some huge numbers, and some players put him into a vape team, or a verse vape team. I shouldn't really say a team, they mainly have just one Hydro user. Baiju, I didn't say he was bad, right? I say he was a strong secondary support, and I agree with him, and he deserves his spots, right? Personal experience, I use him as my only main supporter, right? He cannot replace Nahida. I'm sorry. Well, maybe that's my perspective. I try using him as a Nahida replacement. It's impossible, right? Oh my god, it's awful. But him as a secondary additional supporter is what makes him godly. I don't want to say godly. I don't want to oversell him, but he heals you. You're practically not going to die. His healing is solid. His shield, no. His shield is not. It will take one hit and that's all, right? You still have to dodge. I tried using with Sinu, my guy, he still needs to dodge here and there. But the thing is, this game, you have 4 characters, right? In this game, you have a team. This is a team game. And having him as, you know, your additional support is where he really shines. My personal experience, him as the only or the primary supporter, no. But as additional, the increased damage buff, the healing, yes, I say maybe the shield can help with a hit or so. You know, strong additional support. He deserves to be right below Nahida, 100%. And it looks like this Genshin GG tier list specializes or ranks specialized support or niche support. Like Farzan for Anemo, yes, Goro. I would agree because they're very specialized. I'm surprised. Well, Mika. Okay, Mika's down there. It's okay. Mika's I could do without him. Ayato, ooh. I feel like he should be maybe an A rank. But as a main DPS, as an overall role, he could be sub DPS or a enabler, Hydro enabler. Very good one, big AoE range. Ito, I agree. He hits very, very hard, but I don't think he's on the same level in terms of this tier list as Ayaka and stuff. Yeah, now, I don't agree with Toma being this goddamn low. Holy crap, at C6, all the way in rock bottom? No. And Noelle at C6, I mean, maybe below Ito. I've seen some big numbers with her, so maybe these two move up at least to C, right? I'm Toma to at least B. Yes, Virgin is okay, right? But he could be a very strong shielder. Make sure you have a high ER, but aside from that, yeah, I don't agree with that. Hydro Traveler, ooh, damn. Now, Eula, I feel like you could bump her up. Yes, physical DPS is but she can fit into a Hyper Bloom team. Now, imagine a strong Hyper Bloom damage that you're already dealing on top of her insanely high physical damage. Right? Yes, there are a lot of enemies with physical resistance, so she's not viable in all situations, but at the very least, because she fits into a Eula Hyper Bloom, right, move her up a rank. I'm not saying put her all the way up to A, but I don't think she deserves to be this low. Heizo within a international, international, he can be very solid. I feel like he could be maybe around B. I don't think he deserves to be C rank, to be that low. Holy crap, that's too low. I've read some Chi-Chi supports within, I think, Hyper Bloom teams. That's funny, it always comes back to Hyper Bloom, that she's very good. I didn't personally try, so I don't know if this is the right rank for her. You know, this is all through personal experience, but I agree for the most part, the upper tier list. I disagree a lot with the lower. Feel free to comment down below to let me know your opinions on this, but let's move on. So the next tier list is from Game 8. I used to use them back in the day, and looks like they do have the updated 4.0 updates. Also, I just wanted to repeat myself one more time. I can't go through every individual character, so if I miss them, or if there is a misplacement, let's say a character's ranked too low, or if a character's ranked too high, and I didn't talk about them, then I clearly missed them. I'm just trying to breeze through these tier lists as fast as possible, because I can't go through every single freaking character for every single freaking tier list. So, please forgive me. I'll try my best, but I really do like that they separated the tier list and the roles, which is very helpful. Yeah, I'm going to ignore this one. We ain't going to talk about C6 characters. I can barely afford C2 or even C1. Most of my 5 stars is at Constellation level 1. I'm sure most of you can agree. You know, these are for the Leviathans, the Megalodons of the community. Okay, so let's just ignore this for today. But the first tier list, I do like that. Yes, because most 4 stars, you should get around like C3 to C6, and it does impact their tier level ranking. So I do like this, but let's ignore this for now, because I feel like majority of us can agree with C0, especially for the 5 stars, so let's talk about this. Okay, so for the DPSs, I already gave my opinion about Ayaka. I feel like she's just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit lower than Alhaitham and Hu Tao. Let me just check this. Okay, C2, yes, Raiden Shogun at C2 better be all the way up there. C2 Raiden Shogun main DPS, yes, I agree with this. I don't think at C0, she deserves to be all the way up there, right? As a support, 100%. Sub DPS, debatable, maybe S. Ooh, Ito, I feel like he should be dropped at least to A rank. Yes, he can hit very, very hard, but so can my Zhao. So I feel like that's kind of unfair to put Zhao. If you're putting Zhao all the way at A, I feel like Ito should be on the bottom as well. Geo team, yes, it's a bit debatable on how effective it can be as of right now. more so, Genshin nowadays is concentrated on offensive reactions. So I feel like Ito is a bit too high. Not saying he's bad, he hits really hard, but if you're ranking Xiao this low, again, this is from personal experience, you know, my Xiao and Ito hits pretty much, not the same, but close. It's close, and they're both pretty niche within their specific role. So, you know, a dedicated, you know, C0 Xiao team with the Farzan, and I'm assuming this is with a Goro as well. So Ito, I feel like should be around A. Let's see. Oh, I really do like that Game 8 ranked Eula a bit above Diluc, of course. Unlike Game GG, this is because they may factor in the Hyper Bloom. Again, the Hyper Bloom Eula team is so powerful, not viable for all situations, but goddamn, it's amazing. So thank you. I agree with this. Oh yeah, I mean, Yelan can hit pretty hard, but she's mainly a sub DPS. Support for the most part, I do agree. Mona, she can help excel damage by a lot. I guess I can't agree with Venti. Maybe in between A and S for Mona and Venti. Again, Venti, if you don't have CC situations, there are better options. Okay, Goro, yes. Looks like they rank the specialized supports a bit. Where was Toma? Yes, Toma, thank you. Unlike Genshin GG, Game 8 did not rank him, especially at C6, all the way in the bottom. He can be a decent shield, and I feel like Layla's a bit better as a shielder. Maybe I'm a bit biased because, you know, I like Layla a bit more. But as a Burgeon reaction character, I don't think he deserves to be all the way in the bottom compared to Genshin GG. But let's see. I agree with Lenny. I saw Lenny, right? I've seen huge numbers with Lenny. Very nice. Main DPSs. For the most part, I do agree with this. Some disagreements here and there, but let's just move on. So next up is Genshin builds. Oh, I love the organization. Love the organization. Genshin builds. Oh, they even have the builds factor into it, like the artifacts and weapon. Okay, that is really nice. I really like them. Do they have? Yes, they have Lenny. C2 Raiden Shogun, yeah. Again, a Yaka, maybe S. But let's go to C0. Wow, I really do. This is my first time seeing this. I really do like it. Toma C as a support, right? Toma, okay, as a sub DPS. I assume Burgeon, because, you know, if him... Yeah, no, ooh. Is this Burgeon? This isn't Burgeon build. What's the support? Okay, I'm a bit confused. Well, I feel like Burgeon is nice, but this isn't a Burgeon build. You would have EM dedicated artifacts and weapon. But let's just go to the top. Well, it's pretty much the same, right? I already talked about this. Yeah, you know, let's not waste time. We know who the top killers are. Yes, Caesar Wanderer with his weapon. If you don't have Farzan, yes. Eula, I agree, you know, with the physical Hyper Bloom. It's very fun, but it's not for all situation. Albedo, if there were like an A+, again, maybe just A+. Because, no, I disagree. I think Nilu should be at least, if you rank Albedo, let me just make sure I have the right information. Yeah, if you rank Albedo as S, I don't agree with this. Because Nilu is just far more, well, she's a bit restrictive in terms of team. So there's so many factors you could argue, but I just think Nilu is maybe a bit higher than Albedo. Again, an extra 20 to 30k sub DPS damage every 2 seconds is not something to laugh at. You know, it's very good. But his stupid elevator, I have bad matchups. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I actually agree with. Now, obviously I'm not looking at everybody. Dia, yeah, I don't think she's like the worst thing possible. As a support, yeah, at least B, you know, not all the way in the bottom. Now, obviously, as a main DPS, yeah, she's bad. Especially with her weapon, you know. I feel like, again, I'm not defending Dia to be like a top-ranking character, right? But I don't think she is like the worst thing ever, right? I don't think she's like the worst. The worst. Yeah. Maybe just a rank above the worst. Okay, maybe that. Right, because she can't help with Burgeon team, she can help a bit, you know. but obviously main DPS. Dendro Traveler as a sub DPS. Where did they rank Dendro Traveler? Okay, I'm about to say, sub DPS, their damage output is not the highest, obviously, but as a support, you know, a enabler, you know, and a reaction helper, yes, I would agree. But I was about to say. So this is going to be the last tier list I'm going to take a look at. Game width, never been on this website. Ooh, I like how they give you a short summary. They even sort it out by the DPSs and everything. Very nice, but not constellation. Oh, with constellation, okay. That's good, that's good. Perfect. I like it. Let's go with no constellations. Ooh, I think Ganyu is a bit too high as far as DPSs go. To rank her at the same level as the 3, a bit too high. Maybe S tier. This is no constellation. C0 Raiden Shogun is too high. Way too high. No way does as a main DPS does she rank the same level as Alhaitham and Ayaka and Hu Tao. I would say she would rank, you know, at the very most S. So let's see, sub DPS. I don't think Zhongli sub DPS should be S rank. Maybe B. Not B. Oh, B is too low. A. 100% A. Right? Because if the crit misses, it hits once. It has a long animation time, and you have to build a really dedicated, you know, DPS for Zhongli build. Right? And he does not compare to some of these characters. Sub DPS. Ooh, official. As a sub DPS, ranking her at the same level as Yelan and Nahida. Nahida hits hard. I'm talking about maybe like 30k with the aggravates. You know, she hits very consistent too. She can hit more. My build is maybe on the below average side, but put Fischl and Yamiko on the same level as Yelan and Nahida. No. Support again. Putting Baiju at the same level as Nahida. You know. No, I disagree. Supports Yelan should be maybe S because she helps with damage, but she helps. Well, if you factor in her as an enabler and you count that as a support, then sure, I agree with. But if you're talking about strictly skills, then no. But her as enabler support, sure, I could see that, right? But I kind of count her as enabler with her sub DPS role. That's how I kind of factor into it. DPS for Wanderer, I assume this is Faruzan. High-ranking Faruzan, sub-DPS for Albedo. I could see why, you know, if you have his sword. Very splashable, very nice. Ventine, I disagree. He should be around A level. As a support, you know, shredding with energy and shredding defense, or elemental defense, or resistance, to be more specific. And crowd control, yes, you know, I can see him being S, you know, within the right, you know, CC moments. But as a sub-DPS, no, he deserves a rank lower. Okay, I disagree with a lot of this, but I do agree with some, right? Obviously, I'll hate them. The top-ranking characters should be up there. Now, you know, maybe we have different definitions of sub-DPSs and support. Again, with Venti, I don't know why he's ranked as sub-DPS. Maybe higher constellation levels? Yes, at higher constellation levels, he can be very powerful. And within the right situations, if you're triggering a lot of swirl reactions, but not at the same level as S, right? As some of these characters. Again, Zhongli as S is a bit too high. If that meteor misses, you better be able to spam his goddamn meteor because his damn pillars aren't doing a lot of damage. But wait, where's Ito? Okay, Ito. Thank you. This is what I do because a lot of times Ito and Zhao, it depends on your build, of course, yes, and everything. I feel like those two should be together a bit with a dedicated build. So I agree with that part, because most of the time they rank Ito higher. Ito, he's powerful, but not for every single situation. Okay, that's my opinion. Feel free to agree, feel free to disagree with this. But for the most part, I disagree with this. But there you have it, folks. Comment down below to let me know. I said this already. If you agree with these, if you disagree, good luck on your posts, everyone. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for future Genshin Impact videos. And Starrel, I know most players play both. So good luck on your posts, everyone. Till next time.